Hi. I want to rant with you guys. There it is. Here's the thing. This thing right here is causing me so much pain. Let's break it down. A few weeks ago, I decided I'm gonna make a computer out of just cardboard. I realized that idea is stupid because I'm not making that many pieces out of cardboard. So I decided, you know what? Let's use string. String's gonna solve all the issues. It's gonna solve all the... I'm kidding, I'm not actually mad. Or am I? No, I am incredibly infuriated. So this is how you do it. If this seems complicated, that's because for the past few weeks, I wanted to do very bad things. Solely because of this. So, how do you make a calculator out of cardboard? The answer is logic gates. Now, I could do this all analog, which is boring. I'm doing it digitally, baby. Problem with that is in order to make each logic gate, we have to comprise it of more logic gates. So, essentially, how you would typically make a computer is this little bit right here. You simply take a bunch of logic gates, AND gates, XOR gates. I'm assuming you already know what those are. I don't want to have to explain them. You do that, you add them together, you do the stuff, bada bing, bada boom, bada ba boom, pow. Done. I've already done that before. I made a calculator in Minecraft, and that was actually supposed to be a model for the real version. I just never went to do it because I am lazy. Fortunately, I decided to not be lazy, so now I have to do this. So how do you make an AND gate and an XOR gate in real life? You don't. You make NOT gates and OR gates. Now this is them out of rope, this is them out of cardboard. Notice the rope is ever so slightly simpler because the OR gate is literally just two things knotted together. That's literally it. And the NOT gate is a little bit more complicated, but I don't care. Anyways, you add them together in this specific pattern to make an AND gate, this horrific pattern to make an XOR gate. These two are really the same two inputs. You just have to branch them off to, do this correctly. Anyways, that sucks because that means what is already a complicated line of logic gates to make the computer is actually a complicated line of complicated lines of logic gates. So, I crunched the numbers. To add a 5-digit number, I need to make 108 logic gates. 108. That is not counting the OR gates, that's just counting the NOT gates. Yeah, 108 NOT gates. You might notice the NOT gate for that looks kind of complicated. Why would you want to do that as opposed to cardboard? The answer is that... Oh, actually, let me bring this back up. If you notice, I have in each layer brought the line back a little bit, which allows the computer to not just be a giant triangle, which is cool. Unfortunately, cardboard can't do that. So I'm gonna have to use string either way. Why not just use string for the entire thing? Okay. So let me get you the game plan. This is essentially the idea. We take this little raised board so we can use gravity because we're using string. Naturally pulls the string downwards. We have to pull it up. Pulling up is a 1, letting it fall down is a 0. So, from there, we have to make 108 logic gates with string. I'm just gonna guess 200 strings or more, likely more. 216 is a good guess because each logic gate needs 2 things of string. They also have outputs though, so it's likely more. But around about 216 logic gates for a 5-bit number. Do you realize how long it takes for your phone, your calculator, your whatever to calculate a 5-digit number in binary? Nothing. Not even milliseconds. Not even milliseconds. Why am I here doing this? The answer is I am mentally ill. I am insane. And now I have done this to myself, and now I must suffer. That's all I had to say. I just want to suffer. And I want you guys to know that I am suffering. That's it.